call the Land Use and Development Committee. One item for action. Item A1, request approval of bills and transfers. I have a letter here from the auditor approving the bills. We have bills in the amount of $1,317.71. Can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by member Went, a second by member Beard. Did we do roll call, Julie? I don't know how we do this.
Yes, I have to do roll call, sir.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Member Beard.
Yes.
Member Went.
Yes.
Member Woolrab.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes. All right. That's all we have for the Land Use and Development Committee. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, sir.
I have 4 members present for a quorum. Do you want me to go ahead and start?
That's up to you if you want. Like I said, Chung, I know wasn't going to be here, so the only other one you'd be waiting on is Gordon.
Right.
So if you want to go ahead and start.
Well, wait a
That's
minute.
up to
Mr. Went's not there, so I have to make sure I can see him. There he is. Okay. All right, we have 4. I'd like to call the stand-up meeting of the Health Committee to order. We have 4 members present, so we have a quorum. We have 1 item for action is request approval of a memorandum of understanding between the McLean County Board of Health and the County of McLean regarding additional space required to house COVID-19 contact tracers. And that should have been distributed via email that you received from Ms. Morlock. And I'll need a motion for that, please. Motion by Metzger, second by Martin. Any questions on that? Hearing none, then Ms. Morlock, please call the roll and I'll vote.
Thank you. Member Metzger.
I had to get my unmuted. Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Went.
Yes.
And Chairman Schaefer.
Yes. And that's all we have, so this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Hey, Julie, can I just test my mic? Is that working?
Yes, it is. I can hear you.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Thanks.
you're fine. Thank you.
All right.
I kind of need to see if Mr. Gordon is going to join since he's the chairman. Let me send him a text real quick if everyone will hang with me. Let's see. Ms. Wachinski just.
This is Shayna. I'm having some audio problems, so I'm working on that.
Okay. I'm not getting an answer from George. George did not realize that it had changed to 5. He will be with us in just one moment. we go. I think he's coming in now.
My apologies.
You're fine, George.
Thank you.
Just let me know when you're ready to start your stand-up. You have everybody but Miss Bloomfield, as far as I can tell.
Okay. All right, in that case, I will call this meeting, the stand-up committee meeting of the Justice Committee to order for November 17th. We have one item on the committee agenda, item B1A, request approval of a resolution concerning the agreement between McLean County and the Illinois Appellate Prosecutor's Office. I'll entertain a motion to that effect. Moved by member Wendt, seconded by member Schaefer. Any questions, comments, or discussion about this item? Hearing none, the chair will vote, and I believe we are ready for the roll call.
Thank you, sir. Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Wendt.
Yes.
Chairman Gordon.
Yes. No other business to come before the Justice Committee at this time. The stand-up meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. John, that means we're up to you whenever you're ready, sir. Sorry, Chairman McIntyre.
Hey, how many we got here? 1, 2.
And Josh just joined us. Perfect timing.
Okay.
So you have everybody.
Call meeting to order of the executive committee. We have 9 members present. We do have a quorum. Got 2 items for action tonight. One's a request approval of a resolution concerning the agreement between McLean County and Illinois Appellate Prosecutors Court. Found on pages 5 through 7. Is there a motion? Motion by member Gordon. Is there a second? Second by member Casey. Any comments or questions about it? We know this is a service that's been very necessary and it's been a good service for us, as Judge Casey has reminded us many times, and we appreciate that service and be able to do it. I'll take a roll call vote at this time. Can you all hear me through this mask? Okay.
Yes. Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Woolrab.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Casely.
Yes. Yes.
Member Gordon.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion's carried. Item D1B on your stand-up, amended stand-up meeting agenda is request for approval of a memorandum of understanding between McLean County Board of Health and the County of McLean regarding additional space required to house the COVID-19 contact tracers. If you don't know, that is space that's been made available and needed at 200 West Front Street, the health building. Is there a motion? Motion by member Schaefer. Is there a second? Second by member Woolrab. Comments or questions? If there are none, we'll take a roll call vote. Thank you.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Woolrab.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Casely.
Yes.
Member Gordon.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. I don't have any other business for us tonight, so this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, sir.
That's the last stand-up, correct?
That is the last stand-up, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. Hope everybody's doing fine, staying well. Let's get started. I'd like to call this meeting to order. McLean County Full Board Regular Meeting Tuesday, November 17th, 2020. And at this time, will please rise for the invocation by the Honorable Judge William Kaisley. Oops, we're muted. Good.
I think he's reading too.
Member Kaisley, we need to get you to unmute. Please unmute. Thank you.
Eternal God, our Heavenly Father, we pause at this Thanksgiving season to express our profound gratitude and sincere thanks for a bountiful, abundant harvest from the fields of McLean County this year. We are truly the beneficiaries of thy divine providence. We are encouraged by the reported development of 2 new vaccines, which we pray will be effective against the coronavirus. 6,699 members of the McLean County community have become ill with this disease since March of this year. Although most of these patients have recovered, 46 of our residents have died. A record number of patients who are currently suffering from this disease remain hospitalized. We pray for their speedy recovery, and we give thanks for all who have recovered. And we pray that the families and friends of those who have died in this pandemic, that they may be comforted and consoled that their deceased family member or friend has entered into life eternal with thee. The next time this board meets, it will have several new members elected in the November 3rd election. We pray for the new members as they undertake their official duties. Grant them wisdom. May they act in the best interest of all of the citizens of McLean County and guide them in their decision-making process. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice
for all. Thank you. Be seated. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
William John Friedrich,
Yes.
George Gordon,
Present.
Elizabeth Johnston,
Here.
Randall Martin,
Here.
Catherine Metzger,
Present.
Susan Schaefer,
Here.
Logan Smith,
Present.
James Soldner,
Here.
Gerald Thompson,
Present.
Shayna Wachinski,
Here.
George Wendt,
Present.
Lori Woolrab,
Here.
Josh Barnett,
Here.
Jacob Beard,
Present.
Lindsay Bloomfield,
Present.
William Kaisley,
present.
Sharon Chung, absent. John McIntyre,
Present. We have 19 members present and 1 absent, and we do have a quorum. I'll move on the agenda to the next item, which is appearance from members of the public. I do not believe we have anyone that has presented a letter at this time. If not, we'll go on to item 6 for the consent agenda. You have that before you. What say you? Motion to approve by Member Thompson and a second by Member Gordon. Are there any comments or questions? If not, we'll take a roll call vote to approve the agenda, consent agenda.
Chuck Erickson,
Yes.
William John Friedrich,
Yes.
George Gordon,
Yes.
Elizabeth Johnston,
Yes.
Randall Martin,
Yes.
Catherine Metzger,
Yes.
Susan Schaefer,
Yes.
Logan Smith,
Yes.
James Stollner,
Yes.
Gerald Thompson,
Yes.
Shayna Wachinsky,
Yes.
George Wendt,
Yes.
Lori Woolrab,
Yes.
Josh Barnett,
Yes.
Jacob Beard,
Yes.
Lindsay Bloomfield,
Yes.
William Casely,
Present. Yes.
John McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes and 0 no votes, and that motion is carried. You'll notice item D is a transfer ordinance on page 17. Just for our record, is there anybody that I missed that would like to have their vote recorded as a no vote? If not, we'll deem this as passing unanimously, and we will move on to our next item on the agenda, which is approval of the resolutions and congratulations and commendations. And at this time, I'd like to turn the floor over to Member Woolrab for a presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to be presenting to George Gordon tonight. And I want to start out by saying, George, it's more than an honor for me to be able to make this presentation tonight. Although I have known you for many years, it is through our work on the county board together which has brought me to recognize your many talents and your thoughtful and kind ways. Over the years, you've been a mentor, a friend, and a teacher to me, board member. I'm sure that many others with whom you have served over the years and those here tonight would share my thoughts. I see you as a historian, parliamentarian, diplomat, advocate for the people's rights and the rule of law, a person generous with his time and spirit, and of course, a renowned storyteller. George, thank you for the time you spent with me, for challenging my thinking, and for the coffees that we have had together, and I hope we'll share again very soon. There's one more word, I believe, which describes George, and for those of you who may not be familiar with it, it can be found through a Google search. George, you are truly a mensch. Again, thank you. And I have here tonight George's plaque, and I'll read what the plaque says because I'm pretty sure no one can see it, and that's our custom. George, in recognition for your 24 years of service as a member of the McLean County Board from December 2nd, 1996 through December 6, 2020, including service as chairman of the Justice and Land Use and Development Committees and vice chairman of the Legislative and Rules Subcommittees, and a member of the Justice, the Land Use and Development, Finance, Health, and Executive Committees, and as a member of the Legislative and Rules Subcommittee. On behalf of the citizens of McLean County, the McLean County Board expresses its appreciation and gratitude for your years of dedicated service to improving the quality of life for all McLean County citizens. Presented the 17th day of November, 2020, and George, you will be dearly missed from this board.
Member Gordon, would you like to say a few words and address our board at this time?
I would, Mr. Chairman, and thank you very much. Lori, thank you very much for reading the plaque and for your very kind remarks leading up to your reading of the plaque. My service on the McLean County Board has been a privilege and a pleasure for me. I think back to the many folks that I have served with on the board, both with an R after their names and a D after their names. And I've helped to advance. The staff of the county has always been extremely supportive, not to mention competent, but it should be mentioned. The people of the county should know the talents of the members of the McLean County staff, administration, departments headed by appointed and elected officials. This is a county that can really count its blessings in terms of how government functions and the people who are entrusted with the responsibilities for governing the county. It's a pleasure that I have had, and I am very grateful for it. I'm grateful to the voters of District 6. As my service comes to an end, I don't plan to disappear. I hope that no one was hoping that I was going to, and I'm guessing that nobody thinks that I'm going to. I'll be following county board meetings and county news. I've taken a deep interest in affairs of the county, and I hope to see some good things continuing to emerge as McLean County moves forward. I look forward as much as anybody here to the end of the pandemic, because I wouldn't mind having coffee with each and every one of you when we can do so. And I wish everyone well, the continuing members, the newly re-elected members, and the newly elected members. This has been quite a ride, and I am grateful for all the support and the friendship that I have had, friendships, plural, that I have had through my years on the county board. Thank you.
Thank you. George, as you know, it's been a personal honor for me to serve with you. Member Gordon has served 24 years, spent 24 years of service to this board in various roles, and recently as chairman of our Justice Committee, and he really did a great job for us. I'm going to miss George because he's been our resident parliamentarian, and we've always, and I'll maybe have to call you and say, looking forward to having coffee with you more than we even did in the past. And I appreciate all your service. I've been on this board now 18 years, and I've been honored. I looked today, just kind of look back at some of the members that have served on this board over the years. And George, during your time, I believe it was 1996 or 7 when you came on the board. Just some of the people that you might have known. We've had the privilege to have people like the President of the United States American Roofers Association and Stan Hazelton, who we know, the legendary Stan Hazelton, and all he did for this board. We've had at least 4 political science professors, including Member Wendt, who I had the honor to serve with, Member Rankin, Member Renner, who was Justice Committee Chairman prior to you, and yourself. We've had former mayors and retired Mayor Richard Buchanan, who unselfishly came and served on this board and provided a lot of public service, and future Mayor Renner at the time, who was chairman of the Justice Committee as well. We've had old coaches such as Buford Duffy Bass, who served 28 years on this board. I was astounded to see that. And people like myself, 18 years, and so on. We had a young man serve on this board a term from year 2000-2004 named Adam Kinzinger, who went on to be a congressman. We've had vice presidents of State Farm on this board. We've had many, many successful farmers and teachers and college professors, so on. I think probably one that fits right in with this group, as someone who was retired Judge William Casely, who came to us and also served on this board. And Bill, we've known each other a long time. Again, a real honor to have you on this board and to serve with you. very much appreciated all that you've done as well. We've had members on this board, including yourself, who have fought through illness, but chose to stay on this board with us heroically, and I've appreciated that as well. So at this time, Mr. Casely, I would like to also present you with the plaque, which reads, in recognition of William Casely for 14 years of service as a member of McLean County Board from December 4th, 2006 through December 6th, 2020, including service as chairman of the Justice and Transportation Committees and vice chairman of the Property Committee, a member of the Justice, Finance, Land Use, Development, Transportation, Property, and Executive Committees, and as a member of the Legislative and Rules Subcommittees. On behalf of the citizens of McLean County, the McLean County Board expresses its appreciation and gratitude for your years of dedicated service to improving the quality of life for all McLean County citizens, presented to you this 17th day of November, the year 2020. Thank you very much, Member Casely. At this time, Member Casely, would you like to say a few words to our board?
I would like to. On December 4th, in 1964, I became first employed by McLean County as an assistant state's attorney. And I served in the state's attorney's office for about a year. And then I became a magistrate of the circuit court, a type of judge so low that they don't even have it anymore. And I went from being a magistrate to an associate judge of the circuit court. And then I became a circuit judge, and I was elected at large by the people of the 11th Judicial Circuit, including McLean County. And later on, I became the chief circuit judge of the 11th Judicial Circuit. And I have enjoyed my service to the people of McLean County before I ever became a member of the county board. I decided to become a candidate for the county board and was elected by the people in District 4 in the town of Normal as one of their 2 representatives. I had the privilege of serving with the other member, who was Duffy Bass, as you've mentioned. And Duffy and I worked on it, and I served on the Highway Committee and Transportation Committee, and he was chairman of it. And then the chairman of the county board called me up and said that he wished to appoint me to be chairman of the Justice Committee. And I told him that I had never served on the Justice Committee. He said, well, you know all about the work of the Justice Committee. You could go ahead and do that. And I said, well, that's probably a good reason why I shouldn't do it, because I might not be able to tell the judges of the circuit court no when they needed to be told no. And he said, well, you think about it. So he called me back 3 days later and said, have you thought about it? And I said, yes, I've given it 24 seconds of consideration, and the answer still is no. And he said, I mean, really think about it. So I talked to Will Scanlon, who is the administrator of the circuit court, whom I hired when I was chief judge, and said, what would the judges think about that if I were to do it? And he called me back in about 3 hours, and he said, well, the unanimous opinion of the circuit court is that you could probably do less damage there than you could in many other places. So go ahead. And so I did. I did serve as chairman of the Justice Committee for a couple of years. And then I went to the Transportation Committee. And I've enjoyed working with most of you on one committee or another during the years. It has been a great privilege of me for me to have known all of you and I shall miss seeing you every month, and some of you more frequently. But I think that the time has come that we need a little change and a little fresh breeze blowing through the county board, and something that perhaps I cannot do as well as somebody else could. And so I voluntarily chose to retire at the end of 14 years of service. So I thank each one of you, and I hope that I will always remain friends of you, and that I will have a chance to visit with you from time to time as I see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. If you ever served on Member Caseley's committee, you might remember some of his infamous field trips that he's had around the county, which is always enlightening for all of us that were on transportation and other places where we had meetings. Thank you very much. We'll move on now to report of the standing committees. First will be report Executive Committee Vice Chair Solner. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First item tonight is 7A1. A, request approval of the chairman's recommendation on appointment to County Board District Number 8, and I will turn that back to you.
Thank you, sir. It's my privilege to recommend the appointment for the position, vacated position of County Board District 8 to Ms. Leah Klein. And Ms. Klein is here joining us tonight. We have met, and at this time, if we were in a regular room, Ms. Klein, you would be coming up to the desk, at which this time our county clerk, Kathy Michael, will give to you the oath of office. So I'll give the floor now to Mrs. Michael.
Can you hear me?
Do we need to approve this first?
We can, yes, or we can do it after. Either way, okay. Let's go ahead and take a motion and do it first, if that's acceptable. Member Gordon will move, and a second by Member Bloomfield. Any comments or questions? If not, we'll take a roll call vote now. Thank you. I stand corrected in the proper order of the procedure.
All right, here we go. Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Friedrich.
Yes.
Member Gordon.
Yes.
Member Johnston.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Thompson.
Yes.
Member Wachinski.
Yes.
Member Went.
Yes.
Member Woolrab. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Beard.
Yes.
Member Bloomfield.
Yes.
Member Caseley.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion has carried. And at this time now, I'll ask Member Klein to come take the oath of office. And Ms. Michael, you have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would you raise your right hand, please? And repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Leah Klein,
having been appointed to the office
having been appointed to the office
of McLean County Board Member District 8
of McLean County Board Member District 8
on November 17th, 2020,
on November 17th, 2020,
in the county of McLean
in the county of McLean
and the state of Illinois,
in the state of Illinois,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the McLean County Board Member District 8
of the McLean County Board, Member District 8,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to our board, McLean. I have an oath of office for you to sign, the official one, and a copy for you in our office. If you could stop by and sign it at your convenience, I would appreciate that. And we'll have a copy for you to keep as well. Going to item A1B, the resolution for committees. Ms. Klein came in, we talked, and she is actually replacing Member Robustelli. Without objection, she will serve in these last committee meetings of this term in place of Member Robustelli on the Health Committee, Justice and Finance Committees, and we've talked about that and agreed to it. Also, I'm sure you'll get to know her. She has a lot of vast experience. Share with you. So welcome to our board, and some thank you for joining us this evening. At this time, then, with your permission, we will remove item B without objection and just include Ms. Klein in our standing committee schedule as it was. Is there any objection? If not, then I'll consider it to be done, and we'll move on to item C. And I'll turn the floor back over to Vice Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item is 7A1C, request approval of fiscal year 2021 budget as recommended by the Executive Committee. Before I make this motion, I just want to make a couple comments here. First off, the administration had emailed us all a copy of the budget change list, which includes the items on the capital improvement plan. Also, there was an item emailed out to discuss, or at least to inform us on the fund balances, and I want to make sure that everyone received those. That being said, then I will make that motion again then for 7A1C.
There's a motion by my Vice Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Schaefer. Are there comments or questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, sir. Is this an amendment to our motion?
Yes, the motion is as follows: to maintain the 2020 tax rate into 2021. I move to amend item 7A1C to add $7,927 to line 0001-001-001-0400. The unappropriated fund balance, for a total of $428,181, and to subtract the same amount from 0001-0001-040. Can't read my writing. I think that's a 0001 general property tax, for a new total of $10,077,669. And I so move.
There's a motion. Let me, point of information, does our staff have those figures?
Yes, Chairman, yes, we do.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second to the amendment? Second by Member Went. In effect, is there comment or discussion? In effect, what I believe you're saying is that we want to keep the tax rate even as in the past, and it was that amount over on the budgeting, and so that money will be budgeted out of general fund to pay that difference. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Chairman. It was done to create as little disruption to the budgets that have already been approved by the standing committees, to make this an easy path to keep the rate the same. So,
all right. Are there questions or discussion about this? If none, we'll yes, Member Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What is the effect I need some clarification on the effect on the county budget if this is approved.
I'm going to refer to staff on this. My opinion is, my first reaction is that it's nothing more than taking money from the general fund to make up this difference in order to keep the tax rate even. Is that correct?
That is correct,
Member
Chairman.
Rodriguez. So there is no effect other than that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Budget will remain the same. I believe that's what Member Erickson was referring to as causing as little a change as possible. Is that correct, Member Erickson?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Anyone else have a question? Member Woolrep.
That was really my question as well, but so can you just summarize again the net change, taking the change from the general fund, the amount taken from the general fund is how much?
What I have down is $7,927.
Thank you.
And all that does is enable us to keep our last tax rate even to the thousands of increase that we had, okay? Which was 11 cents, I believe, on the top. Anyone else? If not, I'll take a roll call vote on the amendment.
Sorry, I was muted. Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
No,
Member Johnston,
No.
Member Martin,
Yeah.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
No.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. I'm sorry, Member
No.
Wachinski. No, thank
Right,
you.
no.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
No.
Member Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. Do we have an count on the votes?
5 no's. 5 no's and 14 yes.
14 yeses and 5 noes. The amendment carries. Now we'll go back to the motion C as amended. We'll take a roll call. Is there any discussion?
It's not a discussion item, but there's a lot of people that are not muted and it's making some echoes and hard to hear when people are talking. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody try to stay unmuted unless you're speaking. Okay, any other questions? If not, we'll take a roll call vote on the motion as amended.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
yes,
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
No.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, I believe we have 18 yes votes and 1 no vote.
Yes, sir.
The motion as amended does carry, and we'll move on to item D. Member Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item is 7A, 1D, request approval and adoption of the fiscal year 2021 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance and the 5-year capital improvement plan, and authorize the chairman and county clerk to sign, and I so move.
A motion by Vice Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Friedrich. Are there comments or questions? There might be a clarification needed. Ms. Rodriguez, is there anything? Do you all have any minor changes? Any?
Yes, Chairman, in the correspondence today with county board members on the budget changes list, there is a small piece of what I would call Scribner's errors or just alterations to some of the things that the property committee suggested, and those will be made in the final document. We just didn't want to print off an entire new document for those small changes. So we will make those if it pleases the committee to approve as we have recommended.
Are there any other questions? If not, we'll take a vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I keep missing. Member Wachinski? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion's carried. And we'll move on now. The floor is back to you, Vice Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item is 7A, 1E, request approval and adoption of the fiscal year 2021 full-time equivalent positions resolutions and authorize the chairman and the county clerk to sign. I so move.
Motion by Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? Then we'll call the question and have a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski.
Yes.
Thank you. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. The motion has carried. Back to you. You have the floor, Vice Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item is 7A, 1F, request approval and adoption of the 2020 tax levy ordinance for McLean County and authorize the chairman and the county clerk to sign. I so move.
Motion by Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Woolrab. Comments or questions? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Did Mr. Went have a question?
Mr. Went, did you have your hand? I'm sorry.
I got it.
You have the floor.
Do we need to adjust this or have an amendment to this to coincide with what we did and taking the money out of the unencumbered balances, so that we keep our levy the same.
Is member Kathy here?
Ms. Dryer is on, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, but in our discussions today, there was not a need to adjust to this amount. We were taking from the fund balance. But Ms. Dryer, please also respond to Mr. Went's question.
We will need to amend the tax levy ordinance for the amount of taxes being levied for the general fund.
Okay, do you have that figure? What it will be? Because we'll need to do that.
It's what was just read in the amendment.
Okay.
I think we need a motion to reduce the amount of the levy by the amount.
I believe it's 11 cents.
It's not increased.
I believe it's 11 cents. Is that what it be?
Well, no, it would be the dollar amount that we're going to levy.
Yes, and that would be the same figure as was in the motion to amend. Do we have that
Correct.
figure?
That's correct. So I will move that.
Okay, we'll move that to reduce the tax levy to this figure, $10,077,669, which is correcting the amount that you had on the proposed tax levy ordinance of $10,085,596. So we'll reduce it that amount to that total amount.
Thank
Does everyone have that figure? All
Can you
right, is
please
there-
repeat that number?
Yes, we'll reduce the amount to $10,077,669 for our final tax levy, and there's a motion to do that. Is there a second?
I'll
by
second
member- Second by member Erickson. Does everybody have a clarification in the amount? All right, thank you very much. We'll take a roll call vote on the motion.
This is
By
the
the way,
motion to lower the tax levy. Member Erickson,
Yes.
I'm not going to.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion to reduce the levy has passed. Floor back to you, Vice Chairman Solomon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The last item tonight for the Executive Committee is 7A.
A point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
I believe, pardon me, Vice Chairman Soldner, I apologize. I think what we just did was to approve the amendment. We still have to take a vote on the motion.
Yes, I understand. I thought maybe I could get by with just reducing the tax levy without it having to amend that resolution. But I'm glad you did that, because this is the last time I'm going to call on you as parliamentarian to correct something. But I do stand corrected. Therefore, we are going to have another roll call vote on that motion to amend the tax levy to the amount that was stated previously. Is there any further discussion? Because I need to ask for that too. If not, we will have now official approval of our tax levy amount. Yes, Member Woolrab.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say that I'm not comfortable with these last minute changes to our tax levy that come up every single year. But I did vote in favor of this one because this year, above all others, it's most difficult for people to come up with anything, even if it's pennies on the dollar, additional tax levy. So normally I don't approve of that, but this year I'm willing to go along with it. So I just wanted to make my position clear on that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I agree with that. And I also agree with the fact that it's nice if we can keep our tax levy the same, the rate the same, at this point in time, considering our pandemic and all the stress we've had to go through with this budget. And I congratulate our administrative staff for doing that. And so there's a few pennies there that are going to come out before, and now we're back to where we were. So that's good. Thank you. And I'll take a vote at this time, unless there's other discussion or comments. If not, we'll go ahead and vote on the tax levy as amended.
This is the tax levy as amended. Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski,
Yes.
Member Wendt,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, and our motion has been as amended, has passed, and I'll give the floor back to Member Solomon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item, 7A1G, request county board authorization to have the county administrator publish the fiscal year 2021 adopted appropriation ordinance and the 2020 tax levy ordinance, and I make that motion.
There's a motion by Chairman Solomon, second by Member Friedrich. Any comments or questions? If there's any clarification, that's the tax levy as amended in the previous resolution. If not, we'll take a roll call vote to approve the resolution, which is 7AG.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski,
Yes.
Member Wendt,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion has carried. Thank you for all your hard work on this budget and the levy. I think you can be proud of the work that was done. Thank you very much. Member Solner, you have the floor.
Yes, I'd just like to mention that our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes, and I'd be glad to answer any other questions.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll move on to item B, the Health Committee report. Chair Member Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has one item for action. Request approval of a memorandum of understanding between the McLean County Board of Health, County of McLean regarding additional space required to house COVID-19 contact tracers, and I so move. And you should have received that in email.
Motion by Chairman Schaefer, and second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Oop.
I'm sorry, I missed Member Woolrab. Sorry.
All right.
Thank
Yes.
you. It's hard to follow the lines over here. Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have an 18 yes vote, 0 no votes, and the motion has carried. Member Schaefer?
Our general report can be found on pages 2 through 9 of the unapproved minutes packet, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. We'll move on to the report of the Land Use and Development Committee. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Land Use and Development Committee has no items to be presented for action. We would not have a general report because our committee did not meet this month. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Move on to the report of the Transportation Committee. Chairman Kaisley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Transportation Committee has no items for action, and our general report can be found on pages 10 to 12 on the unapproved minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move on to the report of the Property Committee. Chairman Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Property Committee brings forward 2 items for action to the board this evening. First one is item E1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2020 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for the Facilities Department, pages 193 and 194 in the packet, and I would so move that.
There is a motion by Chairman Barnett. Is there a second? Second by Member Thompson. Are there questions, concerns, discussion? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski, Member Went, Member Went, Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes. Member Wachinski's vote. I never.
Yes, I did.
All right, thank you. We have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes, motion's carried. And we'll go back to the Property Committee report and the floor of Chairman Barnett.
Thank you, sir. Property Committee next brings forward item E1B, request approval of the third capital improvement agreement by and between the Public Building Commission and McLean County on pages 195 to 201 in the packet, and I so move that.
Chairman Barnett, motion by Chairman Barnett. Is there a second? Second by Member Beard. Comments or questions or discussion? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski, yes, Okay, thank you. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. And the floor is back to you, Chairman Barnett.
Thank you. Property Committee brings forward no other items for action this evening. A copy of our general report may be found in the unapproved minutes packet.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the report of the Justice Committee, Chairman Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee brings a number of items for action to the board this evening. First is item F1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the state of Illinois, Illinois Emergency Management Agency, and the county of McLean. Text of that agreement is found through the web link listed in our packets, and I will move that.
Thank you. There's a motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second? A second by Member Martin. Comments or questions or discussion? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. I see you say yes. I just want to make sure you're saying yes. Okay. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Member McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. The motion is carried. And the floor is back to you, Chairman Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item F1B, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the state of Illinois, Illinois Emergency Management Agency, and the county of McLean for the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Nuclear Safety Grant Program. Again, the document available through the link that appeared in our packet, and I will move that.
Thank you. Motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second to the motion? Second by Member Thompson. Comments or questions? If not, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson, Member Thompson,
Yes, sorry.
thank you. Member Wachinski, Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Floor is back to you, Chairman Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to request that since items F1, C, D, and E all pertain to booking agreements between the county of McLean and the city of Bloomington, Illinois State University, and the town of Normal, with the permission of the chair and agreement of members of the board, I'd like to present those as a group, C, D, and E together. Is that acceptable procedure?
Yes, without objection, we'll accept that procedure. Is there an objection? If not, then the motion by Member Gordon to combine items C, D, and E. Is there a second? second by member Kaisley. Comments or questions? I believe that on item F1D, member Johnston has contacted me and wishes to abstain.
That is true.
That's
That
right.
is, thank you.
F1D. All right, appreciate
That
that.
applies- I believe that applies to Ms. Klein as well.
Yes, I'd like to abstain. Thank you.
Thank you. F1D, because of Illinois State University. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Any discussion? If not, we'll take a roll call on item C, D, and E.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
and Member Johnson has indicated she will be abstaining. Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
I take that back. Do I need to take Member Johnston's vote for the other two?
Yes, we will record the abstentions for item D. So we would like a voice vote
On
recorded.
those two. Okay, I
Right.
apologize.
That's okay. I vote yes for F1C and F1E.
Yes.
Thank you. Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. Yes, it's still not working for you. Yes. Okay. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein.
So I abstain from F1D, but I vote yes for F1C and F1E.
Thank you. Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes for item C and E and 17 yes votes and 2 abstentions for item D, and the motions combined pass. Back to the floor to you, Chairman Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Two more items from the Justice Committee. Item F1F, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2020 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Children's Advocacy Center 0062, the CAC's budget, found on pages 214 through 216 in our packet, and I'll move that.
Motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second? Second by Member Bloomfield. Comments or questions? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. Yes. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion's carried. And the floor is back to you, Member Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item F1G, request approval of a resolution concerning the agreement between McLean County and the Illinois Appellate Prosecutor's Office, found on pages 217 through 219 in our packet, and I move that.
Motion by Chairman Gordon. Is there a second? Second by Member Soldner. Comments or questions? Any discussion? If not, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Solner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. Yes. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Chairman Gordon, do you have anything else for us?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have no other items for action. Our general report can be found on pages 13 through 23 in the unapproved minutes. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you, sir. Moving on to item G, Finance Committee Report, Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Finance has 2 items this evening. First one is G1A, request approval of the fiscal year 2021 compensation plan, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Woolrab. Comments or questions? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. You moved on my screen, sorry. Thank you. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yeah. Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion is carried. Chairman Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Next item, G1B, request approval of an amendment to the McLean County Revised Budget Policy Resolution establishing the budget policy for fiscal year 2021. I'll make that motion.
Motion by Chairman Solner. Is there a second? Second by Member Kaisley. Comments or questions? Any discussion? If not, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. Okay. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Kaisley,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 no votes. Any other comments or questions? Okay, Member Solner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes. I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the report of our County Administrator, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre, and thank you, County Board. I do not have any items to present for action this evening. I did want to say under my general report, just a couple of brief words. I know we've gone pretty long, but I wanted to take a moment to thank all of the department heads and staff for your flexibility and your innovation during this tough budget season, especially that it occurred during a pandemic. I also want to thank Chairman McIntyre and all county board members for your discernment and your leadership during this time and approving a budget. I really can't thank you enough. You work very hard to understand each and every line. You ask very discerning questions and you keep us on our toes. And we're very pleased that you approved this budget, because you know the work that our departments do, it builds and strengthens a safe, healthy, and dynamic McLean County. We work every day, as many of you noted, to exemplify service leadership. We work diligently to develop strong partnerships and use county resources wisely. And through strong business practices, we brought forth a budget today that will serve as our 2021 roadmap. You know, as a nod to our green logo and to the strong agricultural community that we have, all the farmland out there, we really want to grow the very best communities, and this roadmap will help us do that. So I just want to thank all McLean County employees, all department heads, and Chairman McIntyre and the county board for this approved budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, for those kind words. Appreciate it very much. We'll move on to item 8 as other business and communication. I believe that Ms. Johnston indicated to me she has something she'd like to say. So we'll let you go first.
Thank you very much. Member Chung was very sorry that she could not be here tonight, and she sent me a statement that she asked me to read to the board and into the record. Dear colleagues, friends, constituents, and residents of McLean County, work is keeping me from attending tonight's full county board meeting, my first one missed in 2 years. I wanted to take a moment to talk about the choice that is facing many of us in the coming weeks. We are in the 8th month of this pandemic. And if anyone out there is unaffected by the far-reaching ramifications of this virus, you are one of the lucky ones. Since March, so many of us have lost our jobs, have had to make difficult decisions to not return to work due to childcare concerns, and have become the many tentacled octopus of parent, teacher, worker from home, maid, lunch lady, tech support, you name it. So many of us have also had to make the decision to go to work as an essential employee and come face to face with the virus and the possibility of illness on a daily basis. And so many of us have had loved ones lost to this terrible virus. And to those of you, my deepest and heartfelt condolences and sympathies. This has not been an easy road, but the most difficult days still lie ahead. The holidays are coming up, and while many of us want to celebrate with family and friends, I urge you to do it responsibly. Please follow the guidelines set forth by the IDPH and CDC. Keep it to a small number, just immediate family. Wear a mask if you're with people outside of your household. Safely distance. Keep windows open for proper ventilation and constantly be vigilant. Ask your guests if they have been responsible, and if they have not or not forthcoming, make the difficult decision to uninvite them. I'm going to be spending my first Thanksgiving in my 42 years away from my parents because my family doesn't have enough time to isolate safely before next week. It is my favorite holiday, and I am so disappointed to not be celebrating it with them. But this is what is responsible and safe. I know what is at stake. What's at stake is the health and the well-being of our community. I know businesses are hurting, and I see my friends who have small businesses in town. I admire them for the commitment to keeping our community safe and leading by example and doing the right thing. To them, I offer my praise and a tip of my hat. Your leadership and compassion will not be forgotten. As I told a friend the other day, I am keeping a list of those who I know are doing the right things and a list of those who are not. And you can ask anyone who knows me. I have a very long memory, and I will not forget. And if you ask me, I will gladly share. I understand the temptation to say, to heck with it, the virus is here. We just have to live with it. My business and livelihood are far more important. But please, remember any number of the stories of people who have lost loved ones to the virus. those who were virus deniers until they themselves got sick, those who got sick and recovered but are now suffering the long-term effects. Please think of them because they are in our community. This is a time we need to think of each other, our neighbors, and our friends. I've been greatly disappointed in some of my local fellow elected officials and their response to the new mitigation efforts put into place a couple weeks ago, signaling that they didn't agree with the restrictions that set off a dangerous course of events and to put Bloomington Normal area into the second and third worst places in the entire country, where cases were exponentially growing as adjusted for our population. These two events are not mutually exclusive, and as far as I can tell, there are many businesses ignoring these restrictions with very little retribution. As leaders, we need to make the tough decisions that may not be popular. And while it may not land a coveted endorsement or big money donations, it is not why I personally ran for office. And my commitment to be unapologetically myself is why I hold this position today. I urge all my fellow elected officials to do the right thing. Lead with compassion, but with toughness, and we can get through this together. To those in county government or other civil servants, I ask you to reach out if you feel like you can't do your job properly due to budget or bureaucracy. Let's work on a solution together. I also urge leaders to come up with plans to give local businesses relief so that they can continue to pay their bills and their employees. Let's go from McLean County Bloomington Normal being a cautionary tale and a joke to being a success story. I know we can do this if we all take some personal responsibility with a healthy dose of compassion and empathy. Please be safe and be well. Sharon Chung, District 7. And if I can speak for just a moment, from my personal experience, Member Chung is absolutely correct. Her assessment of the hardships faced throughout the county, it's taking its toll. I mean, I've spent my months during the pandemic counseling members of the community through everything imaginable. And the hardest issue by far has been losing a family member to COVID. Family members who have died alone, they have died in fear, and they have died gasping for breath. We've had funerals restricted. Grief has been complicated with guilt and anger. Patients, people who feel like they made mistakes in caring for their loved ones, and now they're living with that. Our McLean County Health Department, the message has been consistent from the beginning that we should wash hands, wear a mask, watch your distance. But that lack of enforcement from the IDPH guidelines, that is what has been causing our spikes. We've generally left the community, businesses, people to kind of manage themselves, to regulate themselves. And in an ideal world, that would be enough. But the outcome is that our rolling positivity rate is at 14.1% today, and that's up from 5.7% 2 weeks ago. We are here, we can intervene, and I'd like to see us moving towards that. At some point, there's a breaking point where government has been stepping in. We look at Iowa finally putting into place mask mandates. They're at a 40% positivity rate, and 1 in 4 of their hospitalizations have a COVID positive. So what I would like to do is to look forward to enforcing some of the restrictions, the mitigations that are coming, especially the ones just announced today for Friday, in order to protect our businesses, to protect our community. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other comments or some words at this time? Member Schaefer?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make everyone aware, if you don't know, that our Behavioral Health Community Forum begins on November 25th with our first session. You can sign up. It's a go-to meeting. If you want to attend it live, it will be recorded so you can watch it later. And if you go on our website, the behavioral health section has a whole list of what is being offered. There are sessions being offered from starting November 25th all the way through, I think, the end of April into May. And there will be more sessions added. So please sign up if you want to watch it live. Otherwise, it will be recorded. And I think that some of the sessions are going to be relevant to some of the things that Member Johnston just spoke about, and some other things that are happening in the country. So just if you have the opportunity, please attend some of the sessions because I think that you'll learn a lot from them. Thank you.
Thank you. Who else had, Member Erickson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say that several weeks ago, I tested positive for COVID-19. When I first started experiencing symptoms, I went into quarantine. I followed the advice of my physician and all appropriate guidelines. During my bout with COVID-19, I did experience headaches, body and muscle aches, chills, dry cough, and tiredness. I fortunately did not experience any respiratory problems and did not lose my sense of taste or smell. I did attend the Finance Committee meeting remotely on November 4th while in quarantine. I now feel perfectly fine, and I look forward to working with each of you on the county board. This is all I really wish to discuss of the matter publicly. I do hope that my coming through COVID-19 is encouragement to others that they can too. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Erickson, and thank you for your timely notification of me to me. At that time, it helped me with our county board business. Are there any other comments? I do have a few. Number one, I want to remind everyone that because of our December 7th reorganization date, that is actually the end of our term, and so we do have one more set of committee meetings for everyone, the existing committees, beginning on November 30th with our health committee through the first week of December, to the point to where December 7th is the end of our term and our reorganization. Also, I've talked today to the director of the Economic Development Council. We have had 21 applications for our loan progress, and 4 have been approved so far and will be referred on to our board for execution to submit to give out those amounts of money as part of the loan. I also want to tell you that I ran across, when I became chairman, some of you might be familiar with this, but I went back with the help of staff, and we found different makeups of our county board members and committees since 1996, when Member Gordon came on at that time. If any of you would like a copy to go through it and just see the different makeup of committees and the number of people on the committees, etc., I do have a copy that you could pick up for me in my office. It's somewhat interesting. It's been a nice guideline for me to follow as chairman since I became chairman in 2016. I think that's all I have tonight for everyone. Again, appreciate everything. Member Casely, Member Gordon, thank you again. You're not off the hook yet. You have one more committee meeting to conduct. Who knows, we might change our rules and just keep you. Anyone else have anything? If not, then this meeting is, wait a minute, I got bills to pay. These bills have been reviewed and submitted by the and approved for payment in the amount of $6,140,772.69. Is there a motion to approve the bills? Motion by Member Bloomfield and second by Member Schaefer. Any comments or questions? If none, we'll have to take a roll call vote for this.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Friedrich,
Yes.
Member Gordon,
Yes.
Member Johnston,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Schaefer. Yes. Okay. Yes. Member Smith,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Thompson,
Yes.
Member Wachinski. Thank you. It was a yes, thumbs up. Member Went,
Yes.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Beard,
Yes.
Member Bloomfield,
Yes.
Member Casely,
Yes.
Member Klein,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 19 yes votes, 0 votes. Motion to approve the bills has passed, and I have nothing else this evening. Everyone stay healthy, do the best you can, stay safe. Let's everybody follow the guidelines, and let's get through this pandemic, and appreciate all of your help. And this meeting is adjourned.